C5?
I'm not sure if we can do 5 and 6 possibly at the same time. It's probably two different things. But on 5, I'd just like to know, we're extending this contract by 12 months, and we don't need to go out to bid on this?
Mr. Murray?
Thank you, Council President. I did get some calls regarding some concerns on these particular contracts tonight. The service contracts that are before you, actually C5 and C6 can be done together at the same time. It's for recreation busing, one contract award to Urban Raphael, it's a contract extension. One contract award to Keyport Auto, which is also a contract extension. Total cost of the contract for Urban Raphael, the total amount paid, I'm sorry, not total cost, because there's a rate schedule for that. The total amount paid under that contract last year to Urban Raphael is $51,305. And the total paid to Keyport Auto for recreation busing is $24,515. That's for 2012 based on rates. So total contract cost for rec busing, $75,820. Under local public contracts law, you can award a contract and then have 1 year extension based on the same prices, terms, and conditions. After reviewing the contracts and the bids from 2012, it's recommended that we extend the contracts.
Yeah, I understand about the extensions, but, I just think it's a large sum of money. I think that, it really should be treated as a different contract. It's not just extending, it's basically putting out a whole new contract for another year. That's my own opinion. I would like to see these go out for bid. I think it might be in our best interest when we might get better, pricing from when the time that we first went out with this, because gas may have been lower now than then, but it comes out to 51 and 24, it's 75,000.
75,820. Actually, if you indulge me just for a second, I took a look at this. In 2010, we had 4 bidders. And it ranged in prices. I think the high was about $495 for whatever that busing schedule. I'm looking at 2010 and 2011. That contract was extended to the lowest bidders again in the 2 year increments. In 2012, we again went out and bid out the busing services. And in 2013, again, recommending contract extension services. So in line with the review of the bids annually to look at the specific costs, it makes sense to extend contracts. Where I think competitive bids come in play, if you go back to the 2010 bid, I think that you would see that there was a wide range of prices to make sense to extend for another year. Again, we'll go out to bid next year, but I think that's a good practice. But we look at every procurement, as I state, differently, because I know we don't like state contracts sometimes or whatever. But we look at every procurement in that way.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Calogera, just so I'm clear, did you want to do 5 and 6 together? Or did you...
Yeah, that would be fine.
Anybody from the public want to talk about C5 or C6? Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening,
State
John
your name,
Hauser,
please. Thanks.
Ticetown Road in Old Bridge here. In reference to item C5 and C6, last year when it did go out for bid, there was quite a problem with the advertisement that went out there, and I had taken the time and met with our mayor and expressed my concerns. And one of the things that we kind of concluded after that, instead of making a big issue at that time, it just had gotten started there, that these items would go out to bid, and I'd like to have an opportunity to bid on these items. Being a local business here, I know you've all touted that before, you'd like to support local businesses. You can't get any more local than Old Bridge right here, so I'd really appreciate the opportunity to bid on these. And in the past, I could tell you I've been doing the recreation work for over 25 years now, and I've saved the council a lot of money.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else on 5 and 6? C5 and C6? Close the public portion. Any other comments? Roll call on 5 and 6?
I need a motion.
Oh, I need a motion on 5 and 6. Thank you.
I'll move.
And a second, please.
Second.
Dr. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Butler?
Yes.
Calogera?
No.
Mr. Greene?
Abstain.
Mrs. Panos?
Yes.
Mrs. Soar? Mr. Volkert?
No.
Mrs. Walker?
Yes.
President Cahill?
Yes.
5 yes, 2 no, 2 abstention.